A good Saturday afternoon. Roger Hill with the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. Looking at the big picture right here, coast to coast, we can see kind of a flow that's showing that typical El Nino subtropical jet stream, and also a northern branch of the jet stream, which is more up into Canada. In between, a little bit of a slack pressure and a couple storm systems. This is in a trough of lower pressure, and it's also sort of intensifying an area of low pressure that is in eastern parts of Tennessee. It's going to be crossing and then sort of dumping out in the Delmarva Peninsula region. This will then take a track to a little bit south of Long Island. It'll throw significant moisture inland, and this is going to be a powder storm for our neck of the woods. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the ski resorts, especially of southern Vermont and parts of the Berkshires. Not as much snow in the northern tier regions, but still a nice little powder fall here of a moderate snowfall. And all of this arrives basically during Saturday night and into the day on Sunday. This will start to wind on down roughly Sunday evening, and then set the stage for a couple of fairly nice days for Monday and Tuesday. Then after that, Tuesday night into Wednesday, we're looking at a very significant storm system. This has gradient wind signatures for the last 7 to 10 days now. And so the signal is very strong. It looks like we're going to see some pretty strong winds. Winds could gust anywhere from between 50 and 75 miles an hour as it looks, and interacting, of course, with the spine of the Green Mountains. But even east of the Green Mountains, we could see wind gusts in that sort of 45 to 50 mile per hour range. So it's going to cover a widespread area, a very significant storm system. There also could be some wet snow loading on its front end. All of that taking place again on Tuesday night, and then changing over to rain during the day on Wednesday. Once we get past that, we're looking at another better day to follow as we get into Thursday. And then also on Friday, before another storm system arrives after this outlook period. That'll take place, it looks like, for Saturday, and that could be another fairly significant snowfall on the front side of that system, possibly mixed precipitation, as well as some gradient winds to worry about. But that's way around the corner, and we're talking storm number 3. On the left-hand side, we have the European computer model, and on the right-hand side, the GFS deterministic computer model. These are in pretty good agreement overall. In fact, very strong signals, very strong storm systems typically have a lot of agreement, and indeed, we have an area of higher pressure that's located to the north of our region. It's just brought sufficiently cold air, so this is making this a powder storm and not any rain. So that's the good news. Here comes the snowfall that's going to be working in tonight. Looks like it's falling moderate at times as you get into the southern counties of Vermont, a little bit less moderate, light to moderate, you might say, into the central areas, and then just a little bit of snow accumulation up in the northern tier regions into adjacent Canada. This pulls away, it looks like Sunday afternoon, and really no impacts. It's not going to be a problem for our neck of the woods here for utilities. There could be certainly some travel issues, maybe an accident or two, but overall we're looking pretty good. On the backside of that system, we're getting some upslope snowfall, and that's going to be basically winding on down once we get into the late part of the evening or overnight on Sunday night. Now, once we get into Monday, we're looking at generally dry weather. That's high pressures building in, 1032 hectopascal. These two will kind of combine and ridge together. And we're looking at 2 dry days, Monday into Tuesday. And then here comes the bear. This is a significant storm system over St. Louis, valid at about 5 o'clock in the evening on Tuesday. This is going to continue with a very strong pressure gradient. GFS, same kind of deal. And we're looking at basically starting out wet snow, a little bit of a mix, and then changing over to rain, and pretty healthy rainfall at that. Even some indications here of some thunderstorms swinging in off the coast. This is a fairly impressive storm system, very deep area of low pressure centered over Lake Huron, and this wide swinging out shows a lot of jet stream association with that, some pretty good intense winds. Now, once it moves on by, looks like the backside is not going to be a problem as it lifts into Canada. Colder air then eventually circulates into the region, but we're going to see temperatures basically not too far off from 40 once we get into Thursday. And then into Friday, maybe a little better chance to see a few isolated mountaintop flurries especially in the northern tier region. This is weather system number 3 that's going to be coming in. Unfortunately, we're looking at a mixed precipitation type. This would land us along about Saturday. So late overnight Friday night into Saturday, beyond the period, with what looks to be some mixed precipitation going to rain. Much too far out. This could definitely be some wet snow or even just plain old rain. So just too far out to get cute, and it's well beyond the outlook period. Weather Prediction Center 7-day total QPF shows this, and you can see that it's a pretty substantial amount of precip here covering most of the East Coast. A little bit more limitations up here in the northern tier regions into adjacent Canada. 2-meter temperature anomalies from the climate reanalyzer looks like this. Above normal. Used to have quite a bit of above normal. We've had some colder air anomalies working on in, and it's still kind of unsettled across the polar regions into Canada. For weighted temperatures, we're pretty far above normal here with 6 to 9 degrees above normal. And about 3 days later, it's going to look like this, running about 9 degrees above normal. So if anything, a little bit of a warm-up, and that would be that anomalous temperature that's going to push on here on Wednesday, where temperatures are going to spike up probably to between 45 and potentially even 50 degrees in some places. So potentially major impacts again from the storm system that's going to be arriving on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, from mainly high winds and also wet snow loading possibilities as well. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.